Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chaos Drive and I'm making a game. In this devlog, I implemented a full character customization system into the game. Character customization is one of my favorite features that a game can have. The lack of character customization won't stop me from playing a game, but I'm a lot more likely to play games that offer it. There were 6 features that I wanted the character to be able to customize: skin tone, complexion, hairstyle, hair color, eye color, and nose type. Now, all of these will determine how your player's profile looks, which will be displayed in dialog boxes when your character is talking. The only thing that actually shows on the player in-game is the hair color, and obviously the skin tone. So, I got right into it. The first thing that I worked on was the UI, creating the buttons that the player uses to switch between options. I wanted the customization screen to look like an old computer. Not really any reason yet, I just thought it would look cool. This took a while, only because I was trying to figure out how to arrange everything on the screen so that it would look good. In the end, this is what it looked like. As you can see, I put a little loading screen in the beginning. I thought it would be cool if I made each of the features into little folders like on a desktop, and you would press them and they open up more options. Looks good. On to the next thing. After that was done, I worked on being able to open up the folders and displaying all the different options. This took a while too, just because I wanted everything to line up with each other. After messing with it for a bit, I got this. You can now open up any of these folders and it shows more options that you can select from. I just created a few options for each feature so that I could have something there while I was testing the system. So far, I really liked how it was turning out. Next up was the most important part: actually drawing the player's portrait on the screen so you can see what your character looks like. For this, I made an empty white head, and I would change the color of it according to the skin tone. Then, I made separate sprites for each of the other features, and I would draw them on top of the face so that they all matched up. It was a little bit of a process making sure everything worked together, but in the end it looked really good. Here it is in-game. I really liked how everything was coming together, and there was just one more thing I needed to add: a name box. Of course, the player needs a spot to type their name, so I got to coding. It didn't take me very long. It was just a lot of simple getting inputs and storing them. So, after getting it done, here's what it looks like. You just click on the box and type whatever you want. I did make it so it has a 10-letter limit though, because it might interfere with dialogue later on if the player's name is too long. After testing it out a couple times, I decided that I needed to add some post-processing effects to the screen, because it just looked too bland and it didn't really look like an old computer. So I added some scan lines, some bloom to have a little glow, and also a lens distortion effect to make the screen seem curved. Here's what it looks like after I applied the effects. Big difference, right? Everything looked great, and it looked polished, and I was proud. But it wasn't done. Like I said before, the hair is supposed to show up on the player character in-game. It wasn't a big deal to just draw the hair on top of the player's head, and that's what I did, for short hair. But of course, longer hairstyles need to move. So this is me going through every player animation I made in Spine and animating the hair movement. It was pretty tedious, and just took a lot of time, but it definitely would be worth it. After finally finishing all the hair animations, I ran my game to test it out, and here's what it looks like. Just select what hairstyle and color you want, and voila, there it is in-game and fully animated. It's pretty rough, and although I will probably revise the animations later on, it looks good enough for now. So, after having that done, I just added a bunch more features to try and fill up the space. I added a couple skin tones, a couple hairstyles, and a ton of hair and eye colors. Now, there's 6 skin tones, 3 complexions, 5 hairstyles, 12 hair colors, 12 eye colors, and 5 nose types. These aren't the final list. I definitely want to polish them more and also make more complexions, hairstyles, and nose types. But with what I have right now, this character customization system is capable of 64,800 different combinations. That's even hard for me to believe, but I did the math. It's true. It was definitely a success and a big milestone for my game. Before I end the devlog, there's one more thing I added to the game. It's been far too long that the player has been walking around naked. So, I decided it was about time I give him some clothes. In the future, there will be an in-depth equipment system, so I got a head start on the armor, or clothes that you start out with. Here's how the player looks now. The clothes are ripped and dirty and will probably give you little to no armor, but they definitely look better than having nothing on. Anyway, lots of progress was made in this devlog, and there's lots more to come in the near future. If you stuck out to the end, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in devlog number 5.